They came from the depths of the void, an ancient enemy of an ancient people. No one knows why they hate us so, or why they have made war upon us. Some say the struggle against their evil is the mandate of heaven.
Hey everyone, welcome back. So last time we did the setup to be able to get some of our equipment. Now, a lot of it right now is not unidentified. We'll get to that in a second. I want to see if I can identify it myself. So, we're going to get a couple important things. First off, we are going to go get some bow skills. For that we need to go to Castle Iron Fist. So, if we just grab some food over here. There we go, we just need enough. Ignore these guys for now. We'll deal with them later. Go through. And here we're going to have to deal with some other annoying guys. Again, we're mostly going to be ignoring these guys. We just want to be able to get... Okay, we might not be able to ignore them. Okay. So right now we're still pretty strong. Let's see. Just gonna bring down volume a little bit.
Excellent, excellent, excellent.
There we go. Wow, that's much better. So we're gonna kill a couple of these guys. Just enough to clear the way. And don't worry, the game's not gonna be this easy the whole way through. It's gonna be quick at the start, but later on it's really gonna become a slog. I'd say about mid-game it gets to be more of a slog. Though there's certain things that we're still going to have trouble with, even early in. Since we're here, might as well grab some of these horseshoes. There's some also back in the other town. But what we're looking for is Berserker's membership.
Thank you. Ready to learn
And here we want to learn bow for all of them.
That will be useful.
Now, we also want to learn a couple things. So he needs to learn plate. Her learning chain is good. Chain is good. And we need one person to do repair. I think it might be good to have the identifier, the repairer, all be the same person, but not a wizard. The reason why is wizards tend to be more skill heavy. Actually, I find the paladin to be the best bet for the repairs at least. We'll see if we can get him to identify. I don't remember if that's a thing. Yeah, I was just checking to see if we could go back that way. Nope. A few more enemies showed up. So you might notice there's a few different colorations. So this one's a fanatic. We have the followers over there. So followers the lowest level. Then there's an intermediary one in between. Fanatic is the highest. The differences are their colors. So the follower of Ba is pretty close to the middle one, except that it has orange for a belt, not a red one. And then, yeah, the fanatic is pretty obvious to tell. He's green, somehow. And might as well we'll kill those goblins when we get across. So you might notice also we have food down here. Currently we have 7, this is going to cost us 5 of them. If we try to cross over like this without having enough food, I believe we end up with a debuff. So it's always good to have the food. You can get more at a... what are they called? At an inn. So, yeah. As you can see, these guys are already harder than the followers above. There should be only one left. But see how right now only one of our guys is able to shoot an arrow? As now that we have the bow skill, each of them can.
I don't know. I don't know.
Let's put those
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
away.
I don't know.
Okay. And there should be another one here, though I think this one's trapped. Nope, okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
But another place you can get food is from these trees. They're not everywhere, but they're in a few places. By the way, you can look up and down using the page up and page down delete, and then N resets it to centralized view, or like at level. But the page up and insert are going to be useful for something else. Okay, so it's good to know where our experts and masters are. So this guy will tell you where the master for that skill is. In this case, it is fire magic. The other one was earth. But let's continue. Spirit. Okay. So these are all recorded in your notebook right here, and I believe they're miscellaneous. No? Okay. I know there's somewhere it records who's who, but it's been a while. For now, not the most important. And most of this information can be found online either way, so it's not that big of a deal. Right now, what I'm looking for is both quests and the membership. There we go. And there we go. Those were the two memberships that I was requiring. Technically, I need one more, or two more. The body and the elemental and the physical, I guess. Guild of Self. There we go. She's looking for her daughter. We'll go get her in probably the next episode. This still is set up, kind of getting things ready. And he's looking for a giant spider. Kill the Spider Queen. But he also gives us the Elemental Guild. There we go. Now, Blade's End. They're going to teach us mostly weapons. The important ones here, we don't need axe. He's going to be our sword guy. She's going to be mostly using an axe. She already has that. She's using chainmail. Don't worry. She's going to be using the mace with a chainmail. And he's using dagger. We need leather, though, because he doesn't have any right now. So now there's only one other problem. We need to wait for this place to be open. So it's open only at night. Close, actually. So let's just do a couple more minutes. And there we go. So he's going to be our merchant. We want him to be identify. She's going to be our disarm. I believe she already has perception. He needs to have... Oh, he's got my merchant, yeah. I think that's pretty much everything. Yeah, identify, merchant, repair. She's going to be my magic, mind, body, and soul. It's going to be mostly my elemental. She's going to become my buffer elemental, and he's going to become my buffer spiritual and all that. So they're important to have higher level, but not... They don't need to be masters. They can be experts, mostly. His specialties are going to be really sword, plate. My tough guy. And then the only other thing we can do is going to be to level up, but we're going to do that after sleeping. So leveling up happens when you have more XP points than your level can handle. Fortunately, they don't show it in a way that I find is very useful. But we do have another thing we can do here. When we started out the game, we started out with this, the letter. So, if you want to pause to read it, you can. Basically, it tells the story of the game, or starts the story of the game. Basically, I have to tell him about the letter. He gives us a nice 1,000 gold. And then he tells us, hey, can you clear out the Temple of Ba that's right nearby. We're going to need to do it anyways because of the Spider Quest and Save the Girl quest. Well, right now we're there, and we want to grab these horseshoes like I mentioned earlier. There's 2 at every stable. And we're going to go to this place.
How about some training? No way.
Okay, so we're still not leveled up enough for this. Not a problem. Time to do a bit of equipping. So, right now,
I don't know.
nothing is visible.
I don't know.
Let's move it all to him. Eventually, he won't be able to. There we go.
I don't know.
So, what can we not identify? Well, most of everything we can. We can put quest stuff on her.
I don't know.
Now we just need the room for this. Let's replace that.
Ah.
There it is. So, chain. We know she can use chain. And she can use chain. So let's put those 2 on that. He can use plate. Let's put that on him. Any of these chain mails enchanted? Nope. He can use a shield. We've got a 4 there. This one's going to be better once we enchant it. Or once we identify it. Leather. Do we have any other ones? Nope. Leather's going to go on him. So let's see, what's their AC? 16, 20. Okay, yeah, he's the lowest. So we want to put these boots on our sorcerer. Make sure he doesn't get hit too many times. Those are just basic daggers.
I don't know.
These are probably, if they're unidentifiable, they're very likely going to be enchanted for those simple rings. Which would be these ones, fine rings, lowest price you can get. A good way to know how expensive something is, or how good something is, can be by their price. It can also be by if they're enchantable or not. Eventually you just care about what's enchantable. For now, let's sell, so we don't need these. Then we want to identify this. Not sure if I pressed... No, I didn't press the right button. I went to sell instead of identify. Okay, not the end of the world. We'll skip with that. For now, let's go identify first. Then sell. We know we can sell this. Want to keep this one. It's the better of the 2. Let's see. Nope, no one else. Inferno, that's going to be on him.
Hey. Don't touch the merchandise. Come back
And then finally the rings, which we'll probably need to wait a bit.
Closed.
Yeah, 8 o'clock, so wait 2 hours.
Can I help you find anything?
Identify. Okay. Then we want to sell anything that's non-enchanted at the moment.
Thanks.
Healing Touch is always a good spell to have. You want to keep certain spells around, things that are mostly going to be useful. For these, you want to give them to your biggest caster. In this case, it's going to be my sorcerer. They are point heavy. Might goes on him, fire resistance. Let's put it on the caster for now. It's always good to have resistances. And then, let's see, what spells do we have? Not that many let's see what we can get.
Of fire, air, water, and earth.
So I'm going to get out of there because the sound can be a bit loud. You saw that she was able to be taught elemental skills. We want to teach whatever we can. It's best to do so in this case.
Fire, air, water, and earth.
For spells that we want, protection from cold and electricity will be useful later on. Mostly once we start dealing with elemental stuff. Wizard's Eyes are going to be our main spell, but I believe both of them are able to already cast Wizard's Eye. No, she's able to cast Wizard's Eye currently. Which is fine. She's going to be our
Air, water, and
utility caster anyways. Protection from magic is probably the first of the protections you want, other than protection from poison. Because there's a lot of enemies that use just magic, but where we're going it's not going to be a problem. Actually, where we're going we don't need any other of these spells. Now we're going to go to the other one that has monsters on top. So we're going to clear out these couple monsters. I'm going to actually pause and just shoot at them slowly. There we go. Now we should be able to go up and collect their bodies. Might as well check this. Expert learning. Okay, learning is going to be important later. For now, we go down here. By the way, jump is X. I think I mentioned it in the previous one. And we're going to do basically the same thing here.
The magic of spirit, mind, and body.
So for here, Harm's a good spell early in, but not really that great later on. What we're looking for, healing spells. Protection from poison, there we go. First aid, that should be good. So, if she already knows it, we teach it to him.
Okay.
If she doesn't know it, she's the one learning it. Now, as I mentioned before, there's certain classes, for example, armor for NPCs that walk about, sometimes even in houses. Armor will repair things. The porter, I believe, makes you can carry more. Scout, I think, allows you to have Wizard's Eye at all time. Teacher gives you more experience points per kill. Guard, I think, gives you better AC. Burglar, I think, allows you to lockpick. Not sure the difference between the Scout and the Tracker, actually, in this case. Clerk, I believe, allows you to... Oh, this is a Potter. Never mind, not a Porter. Potter. Good question. Not always sure. But some of them will allow you to heal your character, some will allow you to do a bunch of different things. So we're going to do this to give our guys a bit of extra bonus stats, just to start off. And we're going to go to the Temple of Ba. So we have two options, actually. Let's go see the Town Hall if it's open.
closed.
It is not. Let's wait a little bit. There we go.
I need your help.
So, he's going to give us a quest. He's basically saying, hey, down south, I refuse to access the town, so they kidnap an old healer loved by the townspeople. Please rescue Shari, I can only offer return. So, we have to find out where the shadows, where they are. They're down south, so it's going to be on the southern part of the map, I believe. And then she's going to give us the Goblin Watch key, which allows us to get to the other dungeon in this map. So on this map, if we open it out, there is Goblin Watch here. There's going to be the Temple of Ba up here. I do not know where that other character that he was talking about was. Let's see. Shadow Guild. Oh, yes. The Shadow Guild hideout is actually in Castle Iron Fist. Castle Iron Fist map. So we'll do that one at another time. So, do we want to do Goblin Watch or the Temple? I've always been more of a fan of doing the Temple first. So we're going to start with that one. So you'll notice, even though we have the bow skill, currently we still only have one person with a bow. We do have a spell, though. But this one can only be cast indoors. There's technically other ones I could cast this. But it doesn't always hit. It has its limitations, basically. So again, Apprentice is lower leveled than the Journeyman, and I believe the high level version is in blue. Okay. The reason I unpause is right now they are scared because their health is below a certain level. At those times, their habit is just to run. Problem is the other one, I don't know where it went. Oh, there he is. Now she was the one with my disarm trap, so we'll try opening a chest. Okay, nothing here, trap-wise. Nope, nothing. Otherwise she would say something like, got it. Yeah, might as well do that. And here we are, the abandoned temple. As soon as we get in, we want to pause. And we're just going to start killing things. Now, I will mention, this game has... not all enemies drop gold, by the way. Especially these kinds of enemies. But, stop the music for now. Whenever you enter a new map, it will spawn in new items from scratch. You can technically do what's called save scumming, which is you save before going into a new map, you load it up, it does the random table generation of items, and then you, if you don't like what it is, you reload the map or the save, and then you there we go, sorry. You reload the map, the save, and you're able to then generate new items instead of what you already have. Now, each of these barrels, by the way, do give you bonuses to your stats based on the color of the liquid, if it has liquid. Otherwise, it would say empty barrel down here. Right now it says purple liquid. Eventually you will be taking notes, your thing will take notes automatically in here to say which one is which. By chance I mostly remember what they are, and I believe purple is accuracy. Speed. Oh. That was weird. It was telling me I was in combat. Oh, there he is. Okay. So yeah, purple is accuracy.
I don't know.
No, he doesn't know. Okay. Which is still a really good stat on this character. We're going to have to be careful behind those doors, but for the moment... Oh, by the way, anyone who has a phobia of spiders or snakes, this section is not for you. I believe you don't deal with spiders later on much often, but snakes do come up again. So, let's try this room. Actually, while we're here, protection from poison, because cobras do cause poison. So yeah, you have the cobra, king cobra, and I believe there's also another one which is the cobra queen. So it looks like this is empty, but there's still more. Oh yeah. And this is where it's important to do certain things. So first aid, click it once, and then you can click here, and that's going to make it as your ready spell. So now, whenever you press S on your keyboard, it'll prepare that spell. You can do the same thing with almost any caster, so if we go with this one, always hits, it's not a bad option.
Yes.
Though, we're going to want him to attack normally. Him, again, it's good to have both casters have this. As for her, her best bet is actually Wizard's Eye, in my opinion. And there's the poisoning. Fortunately, we don't have anything to cure poison. If we had, what are they? Red and blue potions, I would be able to make a cure poison potion. Well, we found a red one. So we currently have red and yellow. We're just missing a blue and we'd be able to.
Got it.
Aha!
I don't know.
Torchlight, helm, candelabra. Candelabra goes here, helm's probably going to be on him, and torchlight, well... Torchlight is useful to be able to see further in darkness. You might notice it's a bit dark in here. If I were to cast torchlight... I think he's the one who has it, yeah. It's brighter. Which is nicer, but... this one then is speed. Sorry, accuracy. The one I wasn't saying the first time. We do not want to click that bucket. I don't think it does anything bad, but... Now, poison means that she's going to lose health over time. Not something we really want to happen too long. We'll deal with it in a minute, but I want to clear these two first rooms. Come on, there we go. Now these two rooms are going to be a bit more annoying, so you can always say, heal up in between, though keep in mind, it will use up your mana. That should be good. And there's the spiders. So I believe the levels for spiders are brown is lowest, then it's black, then it's red. Not really good drops this time. Very little. Okay, let's go back to town. Oh, welcome back. So, when you come back to town the first time after you go there, it'll spawn a few goblins on this bridge. So you don't want to be too low health or in a bad situation. When you get out the first time. Where we're going right now is the center of the two, in between the elemental and the spiritual learning place. That's going to give us healing for cash. Now the higher your difficulty it is to heal, the more it's going to cost. Now also these fountains, not all fountains, but some fountains, do give you healing or regeneration on mana and stuff like that. Now the problem is, it's not always a safe bet. Let's see. This one, its top damage is 9, because roll 3 threes and you get 9. Lowest is a 3. This one, the lowest is a 2, highest is an 8. It's a worse weapon. So the longsword is better than the cutlass. That's basically how you're going to have to consider things. He's not going to want this. What am I trying to do here?
Looking for a weapon?
Here we go.
Come again.
One more cell.
Find anything?
I don't know.
Not a bad scroll. So in the future, I am not going to show you guys all of these steps. The getting the selling and identifying. I will show you the basics, or the combat. I'll show you where the quests are. But the selling, I'm going to do in between episodes. Yeah, if I find anything interesting, I will show it to you guys. And for now, though, it's been about 30 minutes. So I'm going to call it there for the night. And I'll see you guys next time. Enjoy.